This might be a little disturbing. Millions of pounds of beef recalled. Tell me more.
6.5 million pounds of raw beef products.
Tainted meat. 1.8 million pounds of ground beef were recalled this week.
Tainted by salmonella.
So this beef recall thing has been going on for a few weeks now. But just in the last few days, it has become more widespread. So beef eaters may be wondering if they need to quit and do something else. Or are there certain locations where it's okay? They might be asking,
where's the beef?
Now investigators say the meat was sent to distribution centers nationwide. It could very well be on store shelves right now. The beef is being recalled over fears it may contain deadly E. coli bacteria.
On the carnivore diet, it's not all lollipops and happy cows dancing their way into my mouth. There's bad things happening.
How serious this is it, and what are you going to experience? Be gentle.
I know. Yeah, oftentimes you have a lot of things that we don't like to talk about on morning television in terms of symptoms, but with this particular strain, it can also have an impact on the kidneys,
right,
and that can sometimes lead to death.
You'll know if you've got it.
On the carnivore diet, I'm nauseous quite a bit. Not all the time, not after every meal. I'm just queasy. My stomach, it doesn't feel right. It's like all this gross shit.
Symptoms of the salmonella usually begins 12 to 72 hours after consuming contaminated food. These can include diarrhea, abdominal cramps, fever that lasts between 4 and 7 days. Those who experience persistent diarrhea may need to be hospitalized.
I've had food poisoning 3 times already in 5 weeks.
So you have to be very careful. They already have found at least 57 people in 16 states have reported getting sick.
Well, what's interesting here is that it's a lot of beef, first of all, as you point out, 1.8 million pounds of
shit.
yeah, and since this is a vegan channel, it reminds me of something I bring up sometimes. That it's not just the meat that we eat that uses up the resources and keeps animals in cages. I'd say for every pound of meat people eat, 1 pound is wasted. In this case, people have to throw away a million pounds of meat that they bought that otherwise would have been good. And there's other reasons why stores and restaurants may throw out meat. Maybe it just didn't get sold, expiration date worn out. But also, the meat industry, like any industry, they will produce more than they think they will need, just in case they need it. Because it's just good business. And so they're going to throw out a lot. So by humans continuing this practice of eating a lot of meat, it's doing a lot of damage. And it is not worth it.
Yeah, it is a little disturbing. 6.5 million pounds recalled. Check it out.
Those at most risk for this severe illness include people with weakened immune systems. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. The Bible did say in the last days the land would be greatly polluted. Okay, that could have a lot of ramifications. But certainly we're in the end times now. We just can't trust the food anymore, okay?
I mean, the amount of times I had food poisoning as a vegan in the 10 years was like 0. I don't remember ever having it.
Continuing this practice of eating a lot of meat, it's doing a lot of damage. Now, there's some individuals who may overlook this kind of stuff, but our society does know and is aware that meat is bad on all fronts. It's causing a health crisis and a crisis in the environment. It really should be stopped. But how does that happen? You know, it's looking less and less like the U.S. government is going to do anything.
And this goes back to an Arizona facility operated by a Brazilian meat company called JBS USA, the Tolleson facility.
Our current administration is making things worse, loosening regulations on hunting. Trump is actually in the beef industry. He has a beef company.
If you like your steak, you'll absolutely love Trump steaks. Trump steaks are the best you can give. One bite and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I've had food poisoning 3 times already.
You need to cook it well done.
Believe me, I understand steaks, and these are the best.
And he doesn't like regulations interfering with the profits of big business. So it's up to us, the people who care about this. You have to spread this message and share videos like these. Mm-hmm.